everybody, welcome back live at Drew's House Joppa Afternoon Drive. Hope you're all doing well out there. Happy New Year. This is our first show in 2025. With that, our first music guest of 2025 here in our Newburyport studios, the one and only Biddle.
In a room with lots of folks, I really don't feel swell. Been called shy in my day. Behind a guitar, well, I will spill my soul. A quiet man's got a lot to say. Wind blows along the river, way the wind blows through the mountain. Cold wind blows, you can close the door, but like a ray of sunshine, you may feel better letting it in. I've lived a great life, some have only dreamed. I've dreamed of a life greater than mine. We've all got something special to offer around the table. I'll sit back and listen, won't you take your time? Wind blows along the river, way the wind blows through the mountain. When the cold wind blows, you can close the door, but like a ray of sunshine, you may feel better letting it in. Well, I was born a drifting soul, where tomorrow I ain't never know. Many miles behind me, many miles still to go, yeah. Just tumbleweed rolling down the road. Someday I will grow old, retire from my job, build a cabin where the mountain and the river do meet. I've got me a wife who I will never let her go up. Honey, take my hand, come and dream with me. Wind blows along the river, way the wind blows through the mountain. When the cold wind blows, you can close the door, but like a ray of sunshine, you may feel better letting it in. You may feel better letting it in.
Nicely done. Live at Drew's House with Biddle. How are you, my man? What's going on?
I'm doing really well. How about you?
Good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
What a privilege to have you as the first guest of
Thank you for having
the
me.
new year.
It's a great way to start the new year.
It is. You were actually saying it's funny. We were kind of looking back the last time you were on. We've been doing it like every year around this time.
At least last year, but I think maybe even 2 years ago because I think I remember having this conversation last year.
Yeah, it's more for the guests. They always say it's like more than one Drew appearance. It's too much Drew. So you know, it's...
No, I think it's a great way to kick off the year.
Very nice.
I love it.
It's good to see you, man. Things good?
You too. Yeah, things are going really well.
Dad life is good?
Dad life's good.
Yep.
Busy all around. Music stuff and
playing a lot.
Yeah, playing a lot. Family stuff. It's all in a good way. It's like it feels like I was talking to my wife about it the other day that it just feels like the best balance I've had in my life. For whatever reason, just like
came together
personal
nicely.
stuff, family stuff, work stuff just feels like a good place entering 2025.
That is the key word, isn't it? Balance?
Yeah.
I was talking with Mayor Reardon here in Newburyport about that the other day, and he goes, he still fights it every day. Just the
Yeah, well, and I mean, that's probably a role that
that's
requires a little more than.
But that is consistently people coming at you. But a musician's a hard one to balance too.
Yeah.
Hours
it took me a
is
while.
tough
That's
thing.
what this is. It feels like a good place, and it's taken a long time to find that. I feel like for me. So
Good. Yeah, we were laughing off the air because when we were setting this show up, our text message train was it was a little bit wild. It was like midnight, 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And you were telling me you like fell asleep with your son at one point and woke up and said, "Oh, geez."
Yeah, I was almost embarrassed because your first one was like 8 o'clock, and then I was like, "Oh no, I was asleep at 8."
Yep. Well, oh no, trust me, I will never look down upon anybody for whatever time they sleep. For somebody who
gotta squeeze it. Get the sleep for sure.
No doubt. What'd you do for New Year's? Anything good?
Just low key with my wife and sons just at our house. But it was nice. We live in New Hampshire, so our neighbors on events like that do fireworks some of the time.
Yeah.
And this was the first year we didn't. My kids and I was the only one that actually made it till midnight, and not for any reason. I just was watching something or something.
Sure.
But around 10 or 10:30, the neighbors started doing some fireworks, and I brought my son outside, my 4-year-old, and it was the first time he kind of wasn't like scared of them.
Okay.
So it was nice. We got to enjoy him, and he was all excited about it.
Oh, that's good.
Because in the past, we've watched him from the house, and we haven't gone to like fireworks shows yet. Doesn't
Gotcha.
love the huge noises yet.
Yeah.
But he enjoyed it. Covered his ears a little bit, but it was a nice.
Well, that's a good neighbor's fireworks story. Usually this time of year, it's usually like somebody's lost a thumb.
Yeah, no, this
Or,
one was. I also live right next to a fire department, so I feel like that's probably good too.
Maybe it's a
Something-
firefighter doing it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. It was far. It wasn't literally my neighbors. Far enough away that I don't know who does it, but it seemed in control. Whoever was doing it. So.
I always, it's every single year. It's funny when you're like previewing like the Boston first night and all that stuff. It's like the same. And please leave the fireworks to the professionals.
Totally.
Who I actually was thinking that because we went out for dinner and kind of came back on the early side, and I realized my dog, my puppy's 6, but I call him my puppy because I had an older one, but he just lost his brother, so he's been kind of weird, and I've kind of been watching him, and he was like shaking, and I was like, oh no, and then I realized there was a fireworks show while we were out, and so I didn't realize till the next day. Somebody told me the fireworks were loud, huh? And I said, oh,
that would.
no wonder why the dog was shaking so badly. Dogs hate fireworks.
I have a dog too, and so my son got to enjoy it, but my
dog hates them.
hiding under the bed. And
that's why I.
So
don't
it's like a
them.
mix. Usually I'm like but since he was into it, it was kind of. I was like, all right, I'll let it go this time, and then.
Yeah, fireworks are in like the pickleball category for me, where like I don't have this like an outward animosity, but if you have to ask me, I don't really like them. I've never like loved going to fireworks shows.
I won't go out of my way to go see them.
Exactly.
I was like, if I can walk out my door and my kid's into it, I'll.
There you go. Yeah, that's a whole new reason for doing it. Brilliant. All right, good. So you had a good New Year. Then. That's good. The music play. What's on tap for the year? You're trying to scale up, scale down on shows. Is it the balance just right on the show front?
Winter is always like the try to fill it up a little more.
Yeah.
January, I'd love to line up a few more. February, at this point, for whatever reason, looks a little better than January. So I'm always trying to. I feel like January, February, and sometimes March are like. Because in the summer, I do a lot of like farms and kind of outdoorsy things, and you lose that. Like all of a sudden, it's like, so I don't know. I felt like last year was a really nice amount of music. I think if I were gig wise, if I could do something like last year, it would be fine. I'd love to be pushing a little more into shows of original music type thing, a little more listening room type. I think I did 3 or 4 last year that were like some really good to me, like sit down, people listen, got to really tell the stories, and but when a lot of the gigs I do, people are there kind of doing their own thing. You're almost background into it and stuff, but it's not as much like, let me tell you about all the lyrics in my song. And
we were just talking. A mutual friend of ours. I'll tell you who afterwards. But we were just talking on the phone actually when I was driving up here, and we had a conversation about doing the cover gigs. And he just had to have a conversation with another friend about how like you really gotta really put the effort into the cover gigs. Everybody wants to be like the solo star and be doing all their solo music, and then it gets into the whole thing about how I think was it Ryan Montbleu on here? It was great. I can't remember if it was Ryan or somebody else, but somebody who's like kind of made it and it's doing the and it said, what you learn on those cover gigs though is like you put yourself into those songs and you realize to yourself like, oh, that's why that's a good song. Totally. Like that's where the writing was good there. Like and if you do that enough, like that's how you get your chops and like. So
absolutely.
It's a good advice for the young songwriter, I guess.
Totally. And that's what I still really I enjoy doing them a lot. It's just harder to. A lot of my songs, I consider myself, the way I write is a little more like lyrical than.
Yeah.
So I have a few songs that are just like good upbeat original songs that I'll always throw in there because you don't have to like, you can still just kind of move and enjoy them without like.
What was that move? You can just get.
You can. But I've learned that because when I first started doing everything, I was like, I just want to do original, and if you want to kind of do the way I've been doing it, and a lot of the people in the scene that we know have been doing it, I think the cover scene is a lot of. You get more gigs that way. So if you want to be doing it that way, you got to find the way to.
Yeah.
And that's what took me a little while to kind of find what you were saying. Like you can turn the songs into. I have people tell me all the time like that I have heard that song, but your rendition of it is very you.
Yeah.
Like it's very, and I think you have to find that a little bit.
Well, you have that unique style. You hear that. I know you hear that everywhere you go. But
yeah, I think without trying it, I'll just change the song a little bit enough that you can still the song, but it's also just my own take on it and I think it goes along with kind of what you were saying with that.
No doubt. Again, Lee Biddle joining us here. First show of the new year, 2025. It's gonna take some. It always takes getting used to for me.
Yeah, totally.
It's weird. I usually it takes me till I have a birthday in the middle of the month, and it's always takes me at least till then to figure it out. And then I'm like, how old am I again? Wait.
Yeah.
That gets tricky as you get older. You kind of forget.
Yep.
I lost a year the other day. I thought I was.
I had that happen a couple years ago.
It does happen.
It was so weird, and I knew someone that happened to, and I was like, that's so weird that and then my wife was like, you're wrong when I said it. And I was like, and I was like, and it was kind of this, I was like, no way.
Oh yeah, that's a tough moment. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it happened to me like a couple weeks ago, and I was, wait, am I going to be?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was thinking I was turning. Oh boy, lost a full year.
Yep. Same here.
Oh, it happened. Well, you're not thinking about it every day.
Yeah.
The whole age thing.
Totally.
But I don't know. So yeah, but that's January. January for me. It takes me 2 weeks to remember what year it is, and then you try to remember your birthday. Did you avoid the winter sickness with the kids and everything? It seems like everybody I know was sick at some point during the holidays.
Yeah. We did. We were kind of grateful. And excited.
I don't even like talking about it either.
No, I know.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. But
Maeve just told me don't knock too hard on the thing. Apparently, I've been knocking the camera over.
Oh. No, we because I feel like whenever there's a birthday or Christmas or whatever it is, someone gets. It's just like, I mean, I think a lot of people feel that way, but it just feels like that with us. So when we made it to Christmas, we felt really good. But when all that was kind of going around, I was actually the only one in my household that kind of I had like a 24-hour thing.
Oh yeah.
And it's usually we're like, oh, now it's gonna go through everybody, and it just. Both my kids had like a cold, but it wasn't like.
Oh okay.
And then. Yeah, so it kind of just
stopped with you.
Stopped with me, which was really nice. Like, I kind of like kept myself from everyone for the 24 hours. I don't know, so maybe that worked. But
I've got a feel for it. Just trying to book people on this show. People who were going to do a show, and I can't. I'm actually playing tonight, and I can't make it. Like I'm canceling everything.
If I had a gig the day I had it, I wouldn't have been able to. I was lucky that it was a day that I didn't have to worry about that. But
do you just have a Rolodex of people in that situation? You're like, I can call this person. They can fill in. Or
yeah, I have a few for sure, but. I don't know, around the holidays it's always tough because I feel like that's a busy one for musicians just because there's so many like little parties or whatever that everyone's like booked. So mine was like a Tuesday that I got sick, so it was nice because I didn't have something. 'Cause I hate running into that. And
then you
just feel bad.
Beg the venue. I'm so sorry.
And they like normally understand. It's like anything if you get sick, but it just you just feel bad about it.
It sucks for them. Yeah.
And then I'll call I have like 4 or 5 that I'll call, but. If they have a gig, that's how I know.
Yeah, trust me, you don't want me there tonight.
yeah, exactly.
We'll do another one? Keep rolling?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, again, Lee Biddle in the house here. It is our first music show of 2025. Maeve Power in the house producing the show, as always. Thank you, Maeve. And you want to intro it, or you just do?
Yeah, this one, the last one and then the next one I play are kind of good for the, I'll go into it about New Year's stuff, but this one's just my latest single, and it's called My Darlin'. Wrote it for my wife, and kind of about other things too, but kind of a nice little love song that way. So you can find it on all streaming platforms at this point as of about a month ago. So it's called My Darlin'.
Lee Biddle live at Drew's house.
When the sun goes down and the feet go up, it's you right there by my side. When times are tough and my thoughts start to rush, it's you who's calming my mind. Girl, you're soothing my mind. Like the sun, sometimes I'm up. Lord knows I can feel low down. A guy like me, we ain't easy, but somehow you keep coming round. Girl, you keep my world spinning round. And it's nice to know that I can always count on you. I hope that you know you can always count on me too. My darling, how I love you. Well, it's a mystery how you and me managed to have our paths cross. But opposites, they do attract, like the rising sun and the morning frost. You cast your warmth upon me and you melt me like the morning frost. It's easy living in the springtime, like a couple flowers thriving in the sun. But life ain't always sunshine, and I love you when the blizzards come. I'll hold you in my arms and I'll warm you when the blizzards come. And it's nice to know that I can always count on you. I hope that you know you can always count on me too. My darling, how I love you, yeah. Oh, my girl, how I do, oh, yeah. And it's nice to know I can always count on you. I hope that you know you can always count on me too. My darling, how I love you. I love you, oh, oh, yeah, I do. I love you.
Lee Biddle, live at Drew's House, Joppa Afternoon Drive, coming to you here. Our first show of the new year. Lee sounding great as always. Enjoying the room today. It feels good for you today. It's nice and it feels like it's louder than usual for me. It's great.
Yeah.
It's like echoing off the walls. It feels good.
The acoustics are nice.
It's the new work we put in 2025. It's
since the other day.
It's sounding great, man. Very good.
Thank you.
This is well, you kind of play gigs at all hours of the. You play morning farmer markets in the spring.
Yeah.
You can get yourself going early, right?
Yeah. I'm if you call on me, I'll be there.
I like that. It's a good motto for you.
Yeah.
So I remember we went over to check you out during Plum Fest this year.
Yeah.
Is that one of your favorite gigs of the?
I love Plum Fest.
Yeah.
I love playing it, but it's also like when I'm done too. I just love the whole atmosphere, like walking around and seeing all the music. So I love being a part of it.
Yeah.
But just the whole thing for I just feel like that's just walking on a beach door to door. There's great music everywhere. It's just such a cool thing. So.
I think we had a good kick out of it this year. We were watching you guys. It was like a family affair for you. I saw little fire trucks going by. Like kid ones.
Yeah, the house that I saw you at that one was nice because it's one of the few, at least that I've seen on that strip, that has like kind of a front fenced in yard almost.
Sure, yeah.
So and then the people that hosted me had they have some kids of their own, so it just ended up being like they had a barbecue going. Kids were able to play, so my kids enjoyed that. And then it's right on Northern Boulevard, that strip there that you can almost see the water, but it has that feel. And it was a great.
Was it the first time you played that venue?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, because I was gonna be there the year before, but it got canceled
rain.
the year before. So
the rain out year.
Yeah, the rain out year.
So did you play twice on Plum Fest?
Yeah,
I remember you saying that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I had there's a house that I play every year that on the same strip, a few houses before that. I played after a band there, and then the second house was kind of the thing. I was like, oh, little place for kids and whatever, and they have a group that plays there after, but they were like, we have all day if you want to. So it was cool to be able to do too, but that was the thing, like walking in between, I was like, I could also be done now and just take it all in. Like, it's got all that going for it.
It is. It's funny. We actually bumped. I don't think I ever realized how long like the strip was that it goes. Like, I mean, I guess you hear it, but you just don't. Yeah. Unless you do it. Like, I kind of used to stay in my same section. Luckily, a friend of mine had a golf cart going around.
That's a smart move.
That's actually when we went down to see you. I was like, we went out to find you, so we took the golf cart down. I was like, wow. And I'm looking at all these bands on the porches all the way down. I was like, how far does it go?
Yeah.
It's like, it's way down. So
I had some people ask me, like, oh, where can you get this? Or what, like they were looking for food or something. And they were all the way where I was. And then I was like, I don't know if and someone else that was kind of running it was like, you got to go kind of back to the center or something.
Yeah.
And without a golf cart, it's a pretty big hike.
It is a big hike. So. Yeah, it's quite a day. But it was fun. It was fun seeing you there. Actually, I remember we actually had a conversation in the little pocket we were in, and people were. It's like, you know, sometimes you say, "Have you seen this band? Have you seen this band?" And most of the time, like, some people are like, "Oh no, you should check them out," and that's kind of the good word of mouth thing. We got to the point that day where we felt like everybody knew you. It's like Lee. Everybody loves Lee. It's like nice. We're like, are there gonna be 1,000 people down here at this house? Because like, oh yeah, love Lee Biddle, and which was and it was good flattering. It is. Yeah. It just means one, that you're very good, but also you have a lot of people rooting for you, which I guess is a good feeling around here.
Yeah, totally.
Because so what's your history again? You grew up?
Yeah, I grew up mostly in Newburyport. I moved here my 7th grade year. Okay. So I did 7th grade through high school. Yeah. And then most of my life, I don't live in Newburyport right now, but I feel like most of my life is still kind of in Newburyport.
Yeah. You say you're a Newburyport boy?
Yeah, I still
kind of.
Yeah, kind of. I guess I don't know if I say it that way, but I feel like
you're like, actually, Drew, I definitely don't say it that way, but
but there's a part of me that's like very connected to Newburyport. Gotcha. I love it.
And where'd you land in New Hampshire?
We're in East Kingston.
East Kingston.
So
okay.
it's like
Kittery area.
It's quite. Like kind of 15 minutes west of Seabrook.
Oh, of Seabrook.
So kind of like back roads. Like, it's very close to Amesbury, the way the back roads connect.
Oh, okay.
So it's like 25 minutes to Newburyport, but it's like 12 minutes to Amesbury.
Oh,
so it's like this weird, because Newburyport, you take kind of a long way to a highway.
Gotcha.
Amesbury, same with Exeter. It's like 12 minutes to Exeter, the opposite direction. So it's kind of a nice location.
It's like the center of the universe is what you're trying to say.
Yeah. I feel like other than Exeter and Amesbury, it's a half hour from everything. Understood. Like, everything I do feels like half hour away.
I have an uncle who used to call. We're from Danvers, and he used to call Danvers the center of the universe because he didn't have connections there until he married in, and then he was like, the family's from Danvers, everything happens in Danvers. He's like, this place is the center of the universe. I think he said it in kind of a sarcastic tone because he's like, there is more to the world than Danvers.
No, that's it. That's it.
It's very funny. Again, Lee Biddle joining us here live at Drew's house, our first show of the year, Joppa Afternoon Drive here, first music show, first everything. You a resolutions man?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. I think this year...
I was hoping you'd ask that.
Yeah, kind of was just like, if he did. But I did... the problem is I don't think it's super specific. I think I think it's based around kind of fitness stuff. I want to, which isn't too crazy from what a lot of people probably base theirs around, but big into like rock climbing these days.
I was gonna say you're always in like damn good shape too. Like I think since I know you.
I think that's why it's not. I kind of want to focus on eating habits, I guess. Yeah. Like I don't know if it's with like I eat well unless I have like a late night gig or something, and then it's like, ooh, what's open right now?
Oh, that must be hard.
Yeah, or like that. And most gigs come with a dinner, and I don't take advantage of it enough. Like I kind of. Yeah. I'm not someone that likes during my gig to take a long break and eat a meal. I feel like. Yeah. Not like they're fine with it, so I don't know, but there's something about it that I'm like, I'll either take it to go at the end, and then at the end sometimes I'm like, oh, I missed the kitchen hours or whatever. Yeah. So I just run into like then I'm starving and
fast food lanes.
Yes, and I don't do that too much, but that's when like a pizza. Like I'd rather I want to get. I guess my resolution is kind of following like more of like small meals through the day instead of like waiting till I'm starving. Yeah, no, that's because otherwise I feel like I do pretty well. But so I think, and I've never really followed any sort of eating structured thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Me neither. I'm not great. I know I need more greens in my life.
Same. It's like the things you know, and I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe this year.
It is hard because, well, you work the late hours. That can be hard. I kind of run into that. I work early hours.
Yeah.
I don't like working the news beat while eating. I just don't eat on the shift. I never do.
Yeah.
Coffee and
Yep.
and coffee kind of cuts your appetite anyway. But like then, my meal of the day. Sometimes I'll be driving home and be starving. And
Yeah,
make a poor choice. And
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I'm just doing it with the sun out. You guys are doing it.
Yeah. Well, it's like I'll forget. I sometimes like I'm not a big like I don't wake up starving, so it'll be like I'll wait till 11 and have nothing, and then I'm like, oh, I'm hungry, and then it's like,
Yeah.
and then at night, same deal. I'll have like my lunch or whatever, and then at night I'm like, oh, I haven't eaten in a while. I'm starving. So it's like I forget or something.
I'm so envious of those. You probably know those people that like do the pre-packaged things. And
Yeah.
they'll make it for the week and like really stick to it.
Yep.
And usually there's a healthy aspect to that. And I'm like, oh, that is organization.
That's what I think the hard part for me is.
I don't think I could pull it off.
No, I think like if it were done for me, I'd be all about
Exactly.
it. But I don't. It's hard for me to like make a lunch the day before.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff is like.
Yeah, don't tell me like, yeah, I love him, so he won't be offended. But like, there's like Springsteens and Mick Jaggers of the
Yeah.
world, and these guys. It's like, yeah, they eat so healthy. That's how they're able to. Okay, yeah, but they got a personalized chef.
Yeah, exactly.
You
If someone
know,
did that for me, I could follow my resolution like nothing.
Yeah, at least
But
I think
it is
they
the.
do.
I think what you're saying is like the organization and the.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like finding that like if I get home at night, I'm like, and it's late. I'll put on like a Netflix show, not like, oh, let me prep my meals for the week.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not there yet, but maybe.
Well, I think that's why it's hard, right? I think
Yeah.
that's why people legitimately struggle with it and want it to be a resolution.
Because the workout side of the fitness stuff, like rock climbing is a sport I really enjoy, so it doesn't
Yeah.
feel like I used to like push myself to go to the gym, and that was more. So it's nice to have found something that I kind of
Yeah.
really can't wait to go do type thing.
So that started as a kid or later in life?
Yeah, I got big into it at the same place in Newburyport, Metro Rock, when I was in high school, and then moved out west after high school and worked at a ski resort and stuff. And it was in Utah, so climbing was big out there. So
Yeah.
I did it out there, and then I had some some time off when I moved back here, and kind of was all like on and off in that way. And then in the past 2 years, kind of just I got a membership and just became kind of hooked with it. And
Oh, yeah.
so 2 years now of like climbing consistently, but before that it was just I'd been into it
Gotcha.
on and off type thing for a long
You
time.
always do it as a workout, or will you like take on some outdoorsy stuff?
Yeah, I like the outdoorsy stuff too. The gym here in Newburyport is so convenient to just
Yeah.
go get, but there's Pawtuckaway. I got a bunch of trips over in the spring and summer to Pawtuckaway with some friends, and the climbing scene there is awesome. Like I don't know if you can just hike in there too, but there like some of the days we went, there were people from literally everywhere, like traveled to be there. And one day we were climbing this one boulder that you bring when you're bouldering, you bring crash pads out, so you
Sure.
don't have ropes, but you put pads down. And there were 5 of us that went. We each had a pad, so we had 5 pads of our own. And then to climb this one boulder, we met like 8 other people. And so the video we have is so funny. There's just like 13, I guess, pads, just like so it looked like a little gym
Yeah,
underneath
yeah.
the rock. So it's nice when you meet people out there because you can
Oh,
pad
that's
it up
nice,
even
yeah.
nicer. And
That is good.
yeah.
Did you see we had Rebecca Long. I've only met her once doing
Yeah.
the show, but she's done Everest and she broke some.
Oh, I
records
did
too.
see that.
You
Yeah, I was gonna say I recognize the name,
Yeah.
but I think in the caption or so it was like, "This woman's climbed Everest," and I was like,
Yeah,
what?
and and what's the one in Nepal? Is it not Is it Kilimanjaro? No. What was the other one? Everest is huge.
Yeah.
But she's like actually the more impressive one is
yeah.
And mind blanking, but her stories are unbelievable.
Yeah. No, I
Like,
remember seeing
sleep in
that
and
like, wow,
you
yeah.
just the biggest thing you don't want to get hit by falling rocks. That happens.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh my god, like
No,
sleep.
that's not me in terms of when you get outside. I go to Boulder
I
Field
think
down the
it's-
way, but that's,
I think it's very few people. But
yeah.
but,
That was cool.
yeah,
for
she's
sure.
wired a little differently.
Yeah.
In an incredible way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope she's doing well too. I'll have her on and ask her.
Is she
what her
from
plans
around
are.
here? Is that how the?
Yeah, she's definitely local, like Merrimack Valley, or
Wow,
I forget
that's
exactly
really
where.
cool. Yeah, yeah.
I should go freshen back up because again, it was one of those things that happened kind of quickly. She came in, did the show, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
like, so, sometimes certain stories you don't realize how,
Yeah, like
especially when they happen quickly, like you don't realize how impressive some of that stuff was. That was definitely one of those. I had to stop a couple times during the show and be like, okay, hang on. So you almost died, and but yeah, it was good. She was a good one. So any other for me, say like I'm not going to do the gym membership this year.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Same deal. I mean, the climbing gym for me, I have the membership there, but it's a little. I haven't had just a regular gym membership in a while. I do want to try. I've always liked the idea of running, but I haven't reached a point where I find it fun.
So
it's very
same thing.
I have to force myself to do it. But then when you hear people that are like running is awesome, I'm like I want to get there so that I
do love the feeling of it.
Yeah.
And then when you
and afterwards, I'm like, that felt great.
It felt awesome.
Yeah.
Endorphins kind of carry you through. You know what's funny? I think I'm probably in a better place when I'm running. Yeah. Like I noticed it usually means other things are going well. I'm organized. I have more time to myself, and I usually use that for I think back to times about when I've gone through stretches of good running that I'm like, oh yeah, that was things were smooth. Then. Yeah. There's probably a connection there to running and having stuff in order. Yeah. Helps you think clearly.
Yeah, it probably is that. And you hear I just think when people, you must reach a point where all of a sudden is how I feel about climbing or something. It's a fun, you want to go run. And that's what I want to.
But if we were going to go do it right now, we would hate it.
Totally. And then I'm like, it's my resolution. And then I'm like, oh, it's cold out. So it's there's always that excuse, I guess.
There's a commercial right now with that. I don't know who does it, but I've seen it a few times. And it's what if we didn't quit or something? And it's show the person's running. It's it's snowing and raining. And I'm like, it would make me quit. Look at that one. Yeah. You know what the other funny was? Did you see the, it's a very popular meme from many years ago. It's been out for a while, but the snowstorm and the couple is running.
And the news report.
Oh, yeah. It's just the best running weather.
The best
it's
texture
so
for
good
running
on your
or something.
feet. And it's 5 steps.
Oh, my
she
God.
falls.
Yeah.
I hope she's okay. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure she is.
That must be that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, yeah. It's still funny,
It still
though.
comes at
look.
I only saw it probably a year ago or something, but I feel like it was an old thing. But.
I think so, yeah. But every time it comes up in the wintertime, I laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Cool, man. Where can people see you next, or whatever you want to promote, or where people find music? Where do you want to send people?
I always post a month schedule on my Instagram, which is at Lee Biddle Music. This Friday, tomorrow, I guess, I'm all... Yeah. The days are...
Oh, it's a weird time of year, isn't it?
Yeah. I thought it was Monday this morning. It was so weird.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, something about... I don't know. So I'm all... But tomorrow I'll be at the Farm Bar and Grill in Essex, which is a great... I'll be playing 6 to 9, but food there is amazing.
That is a great
It's kind of a favorite spot of mine to...
I would agree.
I love playing music there, and then... just dining there.
People pay attention there, which is nice.
Yeah, it is.
It's a nice, cozy vibe.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then also I'm kind of pushing... I've been pretty structured with it of one single a month right now. I'm going to put out an album towards summer is kind of my goal, but I've just wanted to experiment a little bit with pushing singles. It seems like kind of a thing that I hadn't really done. So I've released 3. The song I played first is called When the Cold Wind Blows, and that's going to be out very soon. I think there was a delay in something that I filled out, so it should be out very soon.
Yep.
But I had 3 before that in the past 3 months, and cool. So you can keep an eye out for that too. Kind of just pushing some original music, song by song right now, and then put out the whole thing.
Excellent. Well, when you do the album, hopefully by the summertime, we don't have to wait till winter. We can do.
Yeah, exactly.
We can come back in here. We can do a half year show.
Let's do it. I will. I'll get on the wall over here. I'll send you one in.
The wall's doing pretty good.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
I kind of stopped for a while because it's not everybody makes albums anymore.
That's what I've so far only done a CD, but I do love them.
I'll make one for you.
Yeah, I'll just do one. You can have this sample.
You know, it's funny. I had so many albums that I'm a weird. I don't even really play them that often.
Yeah,
it was
fun
a period I do. They are fun to
yeah.
have, but I was becoming kind of like the clutter guy.
Yeah, that's
So I brought a bunch up to my parents' place in Maine, and they have a balcony. So I put them up high. And I just wanted to see what their reaction was with all the albums up there. My dad's like, I love it. I was like,
sweet, they're staying.
This is where the albums stay. All right. Lee Biddle, man, always a pleasure. Happy New Year to you and yours.
You as well.
The whole adorable family you got there. Maeve Power, thank you for producing the show. As always, Happy New Year to you too, Maeve. Doing all the hard work here. Lee Biddle bringing us home.
All right. There's a song called Fare Thee Well, The Beginning of Me. Kind of a good New Year's song, sort of about if you could start fresh in any way where no one knew anything about you. What kind of things would you carry along with you or start over with? Fare thee well, the beginning of me. I'm headed west, destination somewhere I ain't ever been. Them majestic mountains, may they save me from the day-to-day I'm suffering. Where no one knows my name and no one knows the things that I have done. Wouldn't it be nice to live as though your life had just begun? So fare thee well, I'm headed west, gonna touch the stars from a mountain crest. And I'll bathe in a river so wild and free. Fare thee well, this is just the beginning of me. I got no money saved, all I own worth a sale is this here guitar. I'm afraid to sell it, for I know the liquor won't take me far. So I'll just walk away and open up my case and sing a song. Maybe someone will feel sorry enough to drop a quarter in as they pass along. So fare thee well, I'm headed west, gonna touch the stars from a mountain crest. And I'll bathe in a river so wild and free. Fare thee well, this is just the beginning of me. So don't you miss me, for when the sun does rise, I'll be somewhere near the western sky. Hope to see you again by and by. So fare thee well, I'm headed west, gonna touch the stars from a mountain crest. And I'll bathe in a river so wild and free. Fare thee well, this is just the beginning of me. Fare thee well, this is just the beginning of me. Fare thee well, this is just the beginning of me.